Hey guys, Shaggy here, aka G, welcome to one of my sweatiest races on GTA 5. A lot of concentration was gone into this, especially after the scenario which occurred at the start of this race, which was very unexpected, and usually it is Rockstar's fault for this occurring. As you see, literally at this point, I don't know where that sign came from. It literally erected from the ground. Look at this. The sign's right there on my left. Where the hell, how did it transfer? How did it even teleport just beneath my car? It makes no sense. So a Rockstar, you know, one of those things, they really need to patch this stupidity of rendering issues or something, man, in the next gen, because it's not even the lamppost, man. It's a bloody little pole, right? Little pole that erects from the ground, and next thing you know, pow, your car literally bim bam boom bam boom flips all the way across the Baghdad, and that's it, it's gone. Look at this, right? This is a lamppost. What the hell? See, I don't even know what the hell happened there, but damn, this bulbs literally dropped out of nowhere. Some voodoo shit. I'm telling you, some voodoo shit, man, because that is not normal. No one was dead. What is this? So obviously there's a lot of lag involved with the environment and this and that. I understand, but this is not supposed to be happening. But that definitely does ruin the racing experience. But hey, one thing is, I don't want to sound like I'm whining and complaining, but one thing that I can definitely say hands down is that a lot of people have improved on racing. I could say a couple months back, a lot of people weren't that great, but now racing is more intense. A lot of people actually know how to push and attack and attack and attack because of the non-contact races. People have that freedom to keep attacking, to keep pushing themselves to get these hot laps. You know, think about contact, as I've said many times before, a lot of the lag is involved, creates different scenarios, different, you know, perspectives of crashes and this and that. In the one person screen, you may have not crashed. Another person's screen, yeah, you did touch them, this and that. So it's one of those things, man. So anyway, non-contact and contact is what we're going to be doing tomorrow. This is one of the tracks, part of the 6-track playlist that we're doing on Sunday 6 p.m. So that is tomorrow, guys. Be sure you check out my Twitch as I'm live streaming right now to practice this particular playlist. This is a track from my crew that we're practicing. It's what you see from the footage. I believe this is a third or fourth race within the playlist, and this consists of 8 laps. So you can see 8 laps in this footage right now. It's pretty much replicating exactly what you're going to see on Sunday. It's going to be sports, it's going to be non-contact, part of our track created by Sammy Aim, the crew commander. So definitely give it a go. There is going to be a link to the playlist in the description below. Also, what I wanted you guys to know is that I've also created a hot lap spreadsheet for majority of the tracks that we sweat as a crew. So this is a crew spreadsheet. If you're part of the Sweat Buckets crew, and if you want to join it, if you want to join the racing community, if you want to race competitively, and yes, there is competitive racing, and if you think this is a joke, clearly you don't know how to race. And the thing is, right, if you come and join this community, you'll understand there's a significant difference between these races and normal public lobby races. And if you want to take racing to another level, and it's actually enjoyable and fun at the same time because it creates this intense field around you, then definitely join it. It's that simple. Just join through my live streams, just talk to me, talk to any of the crew members. They can talk you through it. Even join the forum, sign up there. Feel free to participate with your tracks that you feel that is capable for sweat hot lap tracks and this and that. And here's the thing, right? The only way we improve as a racing community, and the way we improve, is to push ourselves, right? To push ourselves. We're non-contact racing. Yes, you may think that's not realistic racing, but hey, at the end of the day, it doesn't cause any arguments, like I've said. And of course, creating hot laps as well is one thing that we keep pushing ourselves, to even more. And the thing about, here's the thing, to improve racing, obviously it's about practice. Yeah, I know that, but there's certain ways to do it quicker, to improve racing much more easily and quicker and more efficiently. And one of the ways is the hot lapping. Hot lapping is definitely a thing that you gotta really focus on. So you gotta pay attention to your lap times every single lap, and you want to push yourself further and further. So obviously, if you cross the finish line, you can pay attention to the bottom right. Or what you can do when you finish the race, you look at your hot lap itself for that initial track and say, here, you know what, next time I do this track, I'm gonna try it and aim a better time than I initially got. Say you get 121 on this track, you want to push for a 120. That's what you gotta think about. Nothing is impossible, you know. If you look at the spreadsheet, right, literally, Picano is one of our best hot lappers in the crew, alright? This guy is unreal. He will dedicate his time, but let's say he won't stop till he gets the best hot lap in the crew. That's all I'm saying, because on this track, right, listen, on this track, 120 is amazing, but this guy got 119.9. That is unreal. He got himself into the 119s. No one has ever done that on this track, and if you got what it takes to do that, then feel free to go and do that. I'm telling you, it's going to take you quite some time, because 119 is ridiculously crazy. And even some of the best racers, in quotes, say, how the hell did this guy pull that off? So Picano is one of the racers that's going to be part of the crew tomorrow. And one of the person that is involved in that, and the other crew is also racing in this. He was in the orange Massacre, I believe. But anyway, everyone's still practicing this track. What you'll notice, I'm currently 4th position, having to recover from final position, the last position at the start of the race. And this is what frustrates me. When I see a lot of people, right, they give up after a collision, not even a collision, after an incident like that at the start. If they completely screw up, if they hit a lamppost, the car spins out, they completely stop, and that's it, they give up. And that's what frustrates me, because I've witnessed a few people do that in my crew, and it really does, aggravate me, because I say the only way to improve is to push yourself regardless of what position you are. You really want to contest and challenge other players around you, because say, for example, think about this, the person in the lead, right, it's going to be so boring for that guy. You got to really challenge him. It's like any other game, man. If someone's in the lead, you want to obviously contest for that number 1 spot, and the way to do it is obviously challenge. And you may think, yeah, it's easier said than done. That is true, but it's all about pushing yourself, because here's the thing, realistically speaking, there is no competition for the person at the front, so he doesn't know how much he's pushing himself. The only way, right, to get insane hot laps, there's 2 different ways, right? The one way is to set about 100 laps and you push yourself by yourself, and obviously that would take a lot of time. But another way is to have 2 people going at each other, really close to each other, to really push themselves in a non-contact environment. This will give you that unintentional hot lap. Trust me, this works, because you're not really focusing on a hot lap, you're actually focusing on staying ahead in the lead, right? It's sort of a placebo effect, right? So what you get at the end of the race, if you do end up winning, you get this insane fast lap that you will never probably get if you're by yourself at the front. That's the difference, right? Because you're actually being pressured, and the pressure is important. Pressure could be a good thing, it could be a bad thing, but it's down to how well you control that in that situation. And pressure creates intense races, and nowadays there are so many intense races. Even in these 8-lap races, you see about 4 or 5 cars right next to each other front, entire 8 laps. That's called consistency and composure. That is what we're looking for in this crew, because a lot of the times, as I say, man, when people collide and crash and the gap is increased, people give up. They don't want to go back in and then attack the player at the front. It's always about attacking. It's attacking. Look, you see that? That was so close, man. You see that lamppost is dropped right there. See what I did? I reacted. I braked immediately, but obviously the braking time wasn't as efficient as I was hoping for. But it still managed to work. Because if I floored it then, right, the chances are I would have rolled over the top of that lamppost and my car would have flipped, right? Not sure why this happens, because as I said, this is ridiculous. This is sort of the perfect example of contact racing. It's 2 different scenarios, 2 different perspectives are created. On my screen, they did not hit the lamppost, but yet it fell. But probably on their screen, they hit it. They maybe sort of clipped it as well. So it's really, really frustrating to see that. Hopefully Rockstar will fix it next year, and I'm sure they will. But it's just that experience you get through racing. You want the efficiency to be there. Environmental shit which affects racing is extremely frustrating. But anyway, what you'll notice here is that while these guys are focusing at the front with each other, trying to, Quaper is at the front at the moment defending his position. Mini Temper is in the Massacre. He is trying to attack as well. But one thing you'll notice, a lot of mistakes that are being made by the person in the Massacre. He's pushing himself way too much, because you got to understand there are certain limits when you push yourself. All right, when taking these corners, right, first thing you want to prioritize is the apex of the corner. You want to make sure you slide through it perfectly and smoothly, because when you hit the apex, you're technically straightening out from the corner more quicker than the person that is going wide. You never want to go wide, Yeah, you're pushing yourself is fine, but you want to also know where your braking points are as well. And also another thing you want to understand is the car itself, because, for example, the Feltzer tends to oversteer if you do push yourself a lot. But there is a way to control that, and it's always about when to let go of acceleration and when to actually slam it down. Because at this point right here, a lot of people can oversteer. You see that little tire little skid there? Yeah, a lot of people, what they do, they'll floor it with acceleration held down, but that's the mistake people make. At that little split second, you're gonna let go of acceleration. You gotta know the tracks itself. You gotta understand the roads, because the roads do make a significant difference. Even the slightest little bump, right, you may not even see it right off the bat, but you will notice it from experience. The more laps you do, the more you learn through each and every detail of the track. All right, that's one thing you gotta understand as well. But definitely, try whatever your preference is, right? Definitely give it a go. Try a race with your friend that's got equivalent skill level to you, and keep pushing yourself. That's one way you're gonna improve. Or just race by yourself. Go for the hot laps. Keep improving your lap times, because this will only make you better on that particular track. And also keep doing this for other tracks as well. You know, another thing is that when you try out new tracks, yes, of course, the right analog stick will help you because it gives you a better vision of everything. But you notice now I've currently taken the first position, but there is still one more lap to go, remember. And this is where I gotta really defend myself. But the problem is it's non-contact, so I can't really defend. However, I could do it the vice versa way. I can just attack and keep attacking regardless. But I don't know what I'm attacking, you know what I'm saying? Because there's no one in front of me, so I've got no competition at the moment. So that's the difficulty of holding your position in a non-contact environment. Most likely 95% of the time, a lot of people who are in second position in these situations will eventually catch up to the person in front, because the person that is in second position knows exactly where your car is, knows exactly where your position, knows exactly what line you're taking, so they can easily correct from your mistakes that you make through your lines, and they can easily use that as a guidance, sort of like okay, never mind. I was going to give you a really stupid example, but anyway, brain fart. What you see here is that they sort of use a guidance from the back of your car, literally following everything that you do. Obviously, the person at the front may make silly mistakes, and following is always not the greatest options. All right, you want to obviously use your lines that you're most comfortable, but you can also witness if they're actually making a mistake or not. Yes, there are good players out there that will be able to hold their positions and first and place and really make the person second push and attack. And you notice that I do take the win here, and it was extremely close at the end. And this is one of my greatest races just because of these guys in the lobby are absolute sweaters. They are good races. At the same time, it really made me sweat for that entire time. I had to be 100% to concentrate because there could have been so many little incidents where I could have completely flopped, but I had to be so consistent after that first collision. So anyway, there's quite a few players in this lobby that had a similar situation near the middle of the race. You'll notice that a few people like Picano also got taken out by lampposts and that, but this is bound to happen. This definitely should be interesting on Sunday, guys. Be sure to check it out, 6 p.m. Sunday tomorrow. I'm currently live streaming right now. Be sure to check it out on Twitch, GUN1T1233. Thanks for watching, guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button. I'd greatly appreciate it. Be sure to subscribe for more GTA 5 racing. I'll see you guys soon. Check it out. Good night, peace. Yeah! Hey guys, Shaggy here, right here, yeah, G, you know, welcome to another GTA 5 car v car episode 2 of the Felts going against the Albany Alpha. And it's going to be an interesting episode as I haven't done many